We are.
Guys, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for his play calling. LeBron James said he has so many different.
I love his honesty. All right, thank you, D.A. Both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Robinson is out there with Bowl. Then it's Baylor. Then there's Gervin. And it's Archibald in at the point guard. And for the Celtics, Kobe is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's O'Neal. Then there's Kevin McHale. And it's English in at the small forward. Here's Archibald. Takes the 13-footer, and he gets it to go. Archibald's got his team on the board to start the game for the Bulls. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Boston.
In the city of Boston, 12 championships since 2000, 6 in football, 4 in baseball, and 1 apiece in hockey and basketball.
Greg, you'd have to say Boston has become the sports capital of the country. The fans are knowledgeable, they're passionate, and they are justifiably proud.
Here's Archibald following the basket by Kobe Bryant. Archibald passes to Robinson. 5 to shoot. Passes it to Gervin. From deep three-point range, Lillard with the rebound.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Now Gervin following the three-point attempt by Kobe Bryant. With some arc, and it's sent back by McHale. Shaq kicks to McHale. Kicks it out to Lillard. Takes a three. It's not going to go for him. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Baylor passes to Robinson. Nice D from McHale.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Now here's Lillard. Here's O'Neal. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Here's Baylor. Drills it from outside.
Not everyone has the green light to take that three in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
Kobe against Gervin. Bryant finds Lillard. Boston again missing. Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Gervin. And it's denied. Bryant, that's for 2. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Pass to Bowl. Over O'Neal. At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. It's Chicago. They lead by 1. And whoop. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at the Bulls. Robinson is out there with Cooper. Then it's Robinson. Then it's Baylor. And it's Mirazon in at the 5, roaming the paint. Moncrief's shot is off.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Cooper against Moncrief. Out to the right wing. Robinson for 3. And Boston with the rebound. Moncrief, El Cid with it. Here's Davis. Robinson with the block.
And there you see why Robinson is the anchor of this defense. Massive wingspan, easily allowing him to turn away shots.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Shot clock at 5. Here's English. Of course, the game is shifting towards skill and finesse, but there are those players who thrive in this league who are like bulldozers and force the issue inside.
Well, a guy like Blake Griffin, who is such a physically gifted basketball player, enters the league as one of the great dunkers, but has now added a three-point shot, still can play bully ball. But for me, the most ferocious at-the-rim scorer, and the guy who's probably most underrated aspect is his strength, is the Greek freak. Giannis Antetokounmpo at the rim. Good luck and good night.
I don't know how you do it, right? I mean, how do you defend it?
Impossible.
Indeed.
Yeah, and Robinson is a franchise-defining talent, a chiseled, powerful center, a remarkable leader.
They throw good. Robinson. Kobe's checked in for the Celtics. And Chicago also making a switch. Bogues, he's checked in for Cooper. Robinson hits them both. 1:25 left here in the second. Frazier outside. Outside Bryant. Fires for 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Here's Baylor. And he uses the glass on the layup. Baylor's got 5 points so far.
And what's unique about Baylor, he can score from a variety of angles and really good off of either shoulder. Just great extension and body control.
Steps back and fires. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Frazier.
You can just see the passion and love with which he plays the game. You see how he prepares, the work ethic, the way he interacts with his teammates. And when he hits the floor, it's all about the game. And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
For Chicago, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. And that one falls for Robinson. Both teams will make substitutions. Robinson hits them both.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Pass to Kobe. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
Boston shooting their first free throws of this game. And the second free throw, good. 34 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Archibald. Stolen by O'Neal. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. He's looking for Lillard and finds him. Back to O'Neal. Nice ball movement by Boston. And good that time. Shaq's got his first bucket in this one.
And O'Neal, just a brute on the block, simply overpowers the opposition.
Here's Archibald. Makes it off the glass.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
With 1 on the clock. No good that time. And that concludes the first half. Bulls lead by 6. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. It was a closely contested first quarter for Chicago. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the period with just a 1-point lead. They really touched on the... And that'll about do it as...
And we're we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. One guy who's been getting it done is David Robinson.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
We've got McHale, Damian Lillard out there with Bryant. Then it's O'Neal. And it's English in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. The Celtics have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. First one falls for him. And so he hits both. Now Gervin. No points in the game yet for him. And the pass to Archibald. Now here's Gervin. Passes to Archibald. Got it. Good job in the low post. Archibald's got 6.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Back to Lillard. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the Bulls. To the paint. Here's Bull. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And now it's an 8-point Chicago lead. Pass to O'Neal. To the left wing, 16 feet away, and that one drops for him. You hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. Here's English, covered by Gervin. McHale, right side. 6 on the shot clock. Dishes it to English. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. English has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Now here's Gervin. Defense right on him. And it's Chicago scoring again.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Lob pass to Bryant. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Archibald. Robinson. Great positioning on the putback. Robinson's got the lead up to 9 now for the Bulls.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Ryan against Gervin. It's blocked. Outside Baylor. To the middle, Robinson. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And here's Shaq. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Chicago. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. Bulldozer is out there with Bull. Then it's Robinson. Then it's Bogues. And it's Gervin in at the 3 spot. Moncrief kicks to Davis. And a miss there on the triple. The Bulls leading by 9. Now here's Bogues. Some solid defense from Bryant.
And his defense, so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Back to Moncrief. And stolen by Bogues. Gervin against Moncrief. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Here's Gervin. A second chance effort, and he lays it up and in. And the Bulls lead by 11.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Back to Bogues. Shot clock at 6. Here's Bull, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
To me, Greg, this is a common theme that's running through the league right now. Guys looking to leak out rather than box out.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're behind by 13. 1:22 left to play here in the fourth. And now we present our Jordan Player of the Game.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Bulls.
The key here, guys, was second chance points.
They pounded the offensive glass and won the scrambles for loose balls, giving them plenty of added opportunity.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Robinson.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Davis is checked in for O'Neal. Irving comes in for McHale. Irving's checked in for Kobe. And it's White in for Frazier. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And so Thomas will bring it up for Chicago. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Bull, the pass to Fall. Four on the shot clock. Makoka tries again, and Bull with the lay-in. Bulls got the lead up to 13 now for the Bulls.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes, Greg, when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.
is up for the most part. Ain't no chilling on the sofa. Head gone, head so far. In the clouds any minute now. I should get it now, already told ya. I've been tired of the useless. I've been tired of the using. I ain't even talking loosely. Lord, don't move me. Thinking it's a movie. I just wanna make a move, see. Cause it gets like that when your chips ain't stacked and your money ain't right. And you wanna with a man there, but you're just wasting time. And I don't wanna waste no time. I just wanna get my money. And I just wanna live my life. Ain't nobody want ride. Ain't nobody on my side. Ain't no time. Ain't nobody on time. Thank God that we here again, you know. This the kind of shit that make you let it go. Living in a sea where it's hard to blow. Yeah, we gon' get it till it's hard to show. Now we got it, pop it, drop it, run it down. Now we got it, pop it, this the sound. Now we got it, pop it, run it down. Now we got it, pop it, this the sound. Run it down. Take it a day at a time. Praying we all gonna shine. I seen the darkest of days. I need a spark and a change. You gon' be stuck in my waist. They pointing fingers to blame. Really it's all in the same thing. And I never wanna be famous. Something about it we great. Something about what I made. I only feel when I'm down. I've been around and back in the lab. I feel like I'm running around. I need to be with a fam. I need to speak with my dad. Things on my mind. Thinking about everything that we had. I know. Cruising in a CE ride slow. Trying to clear my mind for the most. Okay, so right, I hope. Only way I know is when I thank God that we here again, you know. This the kind of that make you let it go. Living in a sea where it's hard to blow. We gon' get it till it's hard to show. Now we got it, pop it, drop it, run it down. Now we got it, pop it, this the sound. Now we got it, pop it, run it down. Now we got it, pop it, run it down. Yeah. Look, feel like $1 million, I'm trying to holler. Remembering the days when you said that I was a gunner. I ain't gonna lie when it hit me like real proper. Talking on the phone for some hours, I had to top up. 5-day party, oh what a blast. Them days used to be the good days with my dogs. Now I'm ATL chillin'. Look who's back with a soul that's different. I don't need dead weight, show you what's missing. You are only messing with the pictures, not Jason. Funny how they treat you when your love is for the taking. You got the wrong one, must have been mistaken. I ain't even hating, really just jaded off the... New number, new phone, who this? I've been trying to turn a new page. I've been around the world, it felt great. My brother Yannick told me keep it 25-8. If they love you, don't you worry about the hate. It gets real when you start to make plays. And that's just the way, and that's just the way, and that's just the way it goes.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
The action tonight will be happening out in Phoenix, where the Suns will be going up against the Detroit Pistons. Well, for Detroit, this is going to be a great test of their ability to match up against any style of opponent. The front office had that in mind when this roster was constructed. We'll see how it actually plays out tonight. And Phil.
Downtown Phoenix on a bright and as things... It is indeed, D.A. Thank you. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And for Luke Kennard, and some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. They've got Paul George, Garnett out there with Howard. Then there's Dwayne Wade, and it's Curry in at the point. And for Phoenix, Barkley is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Harden. Then it's Jason Kidd, and it's Gilmore in at the 5 spot. And so it's the Pistons getting on the board first. Barkley the pass to Gilmore. Goes back up. No good that time. Great D that time from Howard. No one near Curry as he lets it go from outside off the mark.
And the Suns last year, second to last in defensive rating.
Well, a lot of that was points off of turnovers. They just could not take care of the basketball. A lot of teams feasting on young players and inexperienced players getting a lot of minutes for the Phoenix Suns.
So it's the Pistons now, following the score by Phoenix. It's off his foot, and the ref's saying he kicked it. .156 left to play in the first quarter. Passes it to Wade. Clock at 6. A floater, and Barkley sends it back. The pass to Harden. Over Curry. Harden gets the bucket. Harden's got his second basket.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
A nice shot by George.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up, GA. I think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now, here is Harden. Pass to Gilmore. Barkley controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, Kevin, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Now, here's Curry. Down low, Garnett, and it's slammed in by Garnett.
And the floor vision from Curry right there, setting up his teammates, sharing the ball.
From deep, Harden sinks the triple. Harden's got 7 points in the game. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Here's Curry. Got a piece of it. Kevin Garnett with the steal. It's Curry. That time on the assist by Howard.
A good decision right there from Dwight. Excellent awareness on that particular play.
Harden with it. From deep. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. It's all tied in Phoenix. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And pronouncing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name correctly has been
the worst I've ever heard was.
And the mosquito, definitely not a good comparison for Giannis.
Yeah, more like a condor, but that last name certainly has a lot of people looking for nicknames.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Suns, we've got Reed. Payton is out there with Allen. Then it's Weber, and it's Butler in at the 3. Now here's Allen, following the miss by Paul Pierce. 6 to shoot. Banked in off the glass. Each team has a catalyst, Brent. Some guys are ball dominant. They play within the flow of the offense. Is there one approach better than the other?
Obviously, great coaches, Kevin, are going to find what it is that their best player does well. And as many times as I could get my best player into that situation, that's what I'm going to do. So if it's Harden in isolation, James Harden's going to be in isolation. If it's Steph Curry setting off-ball screens and relocating for threes, well, I'm going to do that too. So it all comes down to a fit with the player, his skill set, and how the coach wants to use that best.
Reed kicks to Weber. Suns moving the ball around. Pass to Payton. Allen for the three. They get it back.
I love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed. Outside Griffin. Pierce inside the three-point line. No good there. The Suns go the other way with it. Passes it to Payton. 58 seconds left in the first half. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Kevin Garnett.
Payton, a super vocal guy, constantly talking up a storm, always trying to get into the heads of the opposition.
The Suns shooting their first free throws of the game.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
The first free throw is good for the Pistons. Mike Howard's checked in for ABC. Paul George comes in for Kevin Garnett. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Vince Carter. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 54 seconds left in the first half of the game. Lobbed up there for Howard. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Harden against Wade. Harden finds Payton. Now, here is Barkley. To the inside. Lock at 6. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Suns shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Phoenix making a change here. Kidd's checked in. Steph Curry's checked in for Detroit. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Wade. Shot to stop the run. It's deflected. Now, here is Harden. 7 points in the game. From deep three-point range, and that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Phoenix ahead, up 5. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the... That's all for now. Say goodbye to...
And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And it's Harden with the ball for the Suns. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. On the floor for Detroit, we've got Steph Curry. Paul George is out there with Garnett. Then there's Howard. And it's Wade in at the shooting guard position. Harden against Wade. And the rebound goes to Howard. Pistons trailed by 5. Inside, here's George. And the rejection by Giannis. Harden draws the double. Barkley. And Barkley throws it down hard.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
And it wasn't too long ago, Brent, we were wondering what Giannis could do if he bulked up. Well, we don't have to wonder anymore.
Yeah, I don't think we need to wonder about an MVP in the league. The curious thing, Kevin, was last year after winning that award, Giannis coming out and talking about he's only at 60% of his potential. Can you imagine what's coming down the line if he realizes the other 40? He's something else.
And Jason Kidd picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Pistons making a change here. Carter's checked in. And Detroit has possession. 9-point game. The Pistons working the ball around now. 6 on the shot clock. Good as the jump shot falls.
Off and running right off the bat here to start the second half.
Curry against Kidd. Down low. And blocked the ball with his palm. What a defensive play. Curry against Kidd. Here's Carter. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Carter's got his second bucket.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight, Kevin. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Kidd passes to Reed, and that one is good. And the Suns lead by 7.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Curry outside. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, not easy trying to keep Howard off the offensive boards. He excels at using his muscles and his size to get great positioning.
Now the pass to Kidd. And they double up Kidd. The shot by Butler, nobody around. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Here's Curry. The putback, and Howard with the second chance points.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Kidd against Curry. Outside Kidd. Here's Weber. Missed. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Suns lead by 5. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Antetokounmpo out there with Barkley. Then there's Payton. Then it's Harden, and it's Gilmore in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. Carter dishes to Rose. Phoenix grabs the miss. Barkley's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Here's Payton. George with the defensive effort.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's the lob to the hoop, and then Carter with the jam.
Man, I love seeing Carter take flight. Been Saturday, a powerful dunker on these alley-oops.
Timeout called, the Suns. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I had a chance to listen to what Monty Williams discussed with his players. He said, keep grinding. We're in good shape. Things aren't always going to go perfectly. Don't let that slow you down. Let's just stick to what got us here. Kevin, we'll see if they can build on this lead.
Thank you, David.
Well, after committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
Pistons trail by 3. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Rose finds Pierce. It's George on the wing. Antetokounmpo defending. Here's Howard, and it falls over the rim and in.
Yeah, crucial basket there, and as long as they've got that mismatch, big on small, they've got to take it there.
The more that you level up in the game of basketball, it becomes about the matchups, identifying the weakest link, and then exploiting it.
Offensive rebound, Harden. Good work defensively by Carter.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Gets the first, and that ties the game up. Jason Kidd is checked in for the Suns. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Wade's checked in. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
He was able to tie it up. He has to be disappointed that he could not give his team the lead.
And George kicks to Howard. Outside Rose. Back to Howard. Here's at the elbow. To take the lead, and it's blocked, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. So for the Pistons, Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Pierce, and it's Stephen Curry in for Derrick Rose. Now a timeout called by Detroit. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Dwight Howard.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. And that has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
A big-time possession here.
Yeah, and their hearts must be going 100 miles an hour right now.
Curry against Kidd. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Found it!
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, Greg, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're down by 3. 29 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Curry looking around. Barkley grabs the board.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
And they go to the intentional foul. Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And the southpaw stroke of Harden is just beautiful to watch. When he's cooking, he's one of the more lethal scorers in our league.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
Wade from outside. Rebound by the Suns. Their biggest lead of the game was 9, and he commits the intentional foul.
Shooting for Phoenix. At the line for 2.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game. Outside, George. They need this. Can't connect.
I think it's natural to tense up when Giannis is in the area, especially as a shooter.
So the Suns win it. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans. But in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on. But let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And that'll do it, folks. For Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.
Oh, we're gonna fly. You got I got the sky. We got the stars. We got audio. Make the bum bum beat. I'll give you melody. Make the bum bum beat. I'll give you melody. Make the song so sweet. You gon' come on with me. Oh. Make the bum bum beat. I'll give you melody. Make the bum bum beat. I'll give you melody. Make the song so sweet. You gon' come on with me. Oh.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The lights of downtown and David Aldridge.
Well, guys.
Indeed, there is. Thanks, David. Missing some depth tonight, but the starting lineup is intact for this team.
And with Yusuf Nurkic.
So the New York starting 5, they've got Chris Paul. Durant is out there with Elijah Watt. Then it's Tracy McGrady, and it's Bird in at the 3. And for Portland, Dennis Rodman is out there with Duncan. Then there's Robertson. Then it's Walton. And it's Hill in at the 2-guard spot. Rodman kicks to Robertson. Chris, tonight 2 offenses that love to slow it down and then set it up. What was your favorite half-court play, for instance?
Oh, wow. Well, for me, it's a play called turn 4 or 5. And depending on if I was the 4 or the 5, that means that you have a guard come out. He spins out. He comes out on the wing, and he throws it into you. And then it's your job to go to work or to find a double team. So it's almost like being that point forward off the box. So any play that was called for myself in the half-court, you know, was my favorite play.
Right. I can see the play in my mind right now as you're describing it, actually. Walton, the pass to Robertson. The rebound by KD.
Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup. That'll get the whole team pumped up.
And it goes down 2 points. Paul's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Knicks. McGrady against Hill. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the first. And the basket is good.
Yeah, that quick first step that Hill has is just part of what makes him so special when he's driving the basketball. It's also his mindset. Now, no one's going to get in his way once he's on the move.
Duncan with the block. Robertson against Bird. Robertson dishes to Walton. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. West comes in for Robertson. Now here's Paul. McAdoo is checked in for the Trailblazers. And New York with a change here, too. Johnson, he's checked in for Durant. 1:11 left here in the opening quarter. Paul with the ball. Kicks it to Rice. Thompson outside. Just 5 to shoot. Over Hill. Thompson with the bucket.
You see the high shot release, the quick trigger? Thompson's always had this shot in his arsenal.
Ball against West. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, you can't blame the ref for making that call at all. The defense in general is already at such a disadvantage as it is.
Now, here's Thompson. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
We always talk about Thompson's perimeter shooting, but there, he shows some real toughness inside.
To the middle, here's Walton. Knicks with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Ball finds Johnson. Thompson with it. From the arc. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Knicks. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Credit the coaching, Jamie. Some guys wouldn't have made those substitutions in the first quarter. Now it's paying off.
They've got Walton. Kawhi Leonard is out there with McAdoo. Then there's West. And it's Hill in at the shooting guard. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. A shot by Thompson and no one's around. Sinks the three-pointer. Thompson's got the lead up to 2 now for the Knicks. Now West. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. It's good.
And how about the lift West gets on his shot? Leaning back just a touch. Very difficult to contest.
Johnson outside. Paul for 3. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time. Paul's got 5 now.
Oh, they've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
Leonard inside. It's up against Thompson. And it's Leonard missing.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D. Avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
There's a minute 34 left in the first half. Thompson from long range. And again, New York with the triple.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
Well, the defensive intensity has to pick up, and I'm sure coach is going to let them know that.
So for the Trailblazers, Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Walton. Rodman comes in for McAdoo, and it's Robertson in for Hill. 1:22 left to play here in the second quarter. Passes to Leonard. Ball's knocked loose. Durant with the steal. And here's the break. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
The length of Durant, I mean, it makes him almost unstoppable.
New York shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
And so Durant nails them both.
Oh, not many players with the more steady hand at the free throw line than this fella.
Robertson outside. Pass to Leonard. Portland moving the ball around. Here's Duncan. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Duncan's got his first 2 points.
And Duncan just superb when he gets in close to the basket. Has a number of moves to choose from, and that soft, delicate touch near the rim.
Here's Bird. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Trailblazers trail by 6. Kicks it out to Robertson. Fires the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Robertson's got his first 3 points of the game.
And generally, Robertson's a guy that likes to play free throw line and below, but here's a time where he steps out and launches from beyond.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Thompson. Here's McGrady. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Clearly a foul.
The Knicks have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. Good on both.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
One second left. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Knicks lead by 3. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. They were able to squeeze ahead by the end of the... And...
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Klay Thompson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of the game that's been so far. Tipping off the second half, here's David Fizdale's 5. Tracy McGrady is out there with Chris Paul. Then it's Olajuwon, and it's Durant, and it's Bird in at the 3, the small forward. KD's shot is off. Hill against Bird. Here's Walton. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Great value in rim protection, Chris. Talk about some of the characteristics that you have seen and you use yourself in being a good shot blocker.
Well, your reputation precedes you as a shot blocker. So as a shot blocker, you've already blocked enough shots that everyone knows, hey, I'm Rudy Gobert. Don't come in here unless you want to get that shot swatted out of the way. My name's Joel Embiid. Did you see my highlights of last game? So really what I'm saying is a shot blocker is always in your thought process. I still have nightmares about Mutombo. Oh, come on, let's go to the next. Go to the next one, please. Come on. Get off shot blockers.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. New York's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. A shot by Paul, nobody around. A 3-pointer, no good. Here's Walton. 6 points for him. Robertson outside to the paint. Here's Duncan. No good. That would have tied it.
His interior scoring is one of the things that drives their offense. Don't expect him to miss many of those.
And McGrady has an impressive vertical there, showing once again with how well he dunks the basketball.
Pass to Duncan, stolen by Durant. 3-on-3. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Robertson.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
New York shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
I mean, think about Durant. He's such a unique player. He uses his length. That's my man, Stretch Armstrong. He's basically a 7-foot guard.
McAdoo is checked in for Walton. And both free throws good for Durant. Trailblazers trail by 6. There's the pass to McAdoo. Outside Hill. Duncan kicks to McAdoo. 5 on the clock. Hill with it. Now McGrady defending. Hill, no good. The Knicks leading by 6. 1:16 left in the third. Paul passes to Durant. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. And it's 6 points for KD.
I've seen Paul make about 1 million of those passes over his career. It never gets old.
McGrady against Hill. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Hey guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Durant, the pass to Lambeer. 3-pointer. The shot by KD. No good. For Portland, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. And here's Robertson outside. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Durant. Trailblazers making a switch here. West is checked in. Sabonis, he's checked in for New York. Klay Thompson comes in for Paul. .34 seconds left in the third. 3 from Robertson. Drains it from beyond the arc. Robertson's got 6.
It was just a mystery what the defense was doing there. You never want to give him that much space outside the 3-point line.
Lambeer kicks to McGrady. Thompson outside. And it's good off the back rim and in. He's got 12.
Is there anybody with a quicker release than Thompson? I mean, if there is, I haven't seen him. That's a lightning quick trick.
Now here's West. High arcing shot. Can't get it to fall. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. New York leading by 5. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the 4th quarter. On the floor for Portland, they've got Robertson. Duncan is out there with Rodman. Then it's Walton. And it's West in at the point. Shot clock at 5. 3-pointer, Bird. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Rodman's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Robertson hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
And the painted area is where Robertson can destroy you. He's just too strong and too skilled.
Here's Olajuwon. Second chance shot. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. West outside. Robertson against Thompson. Robertson outside to tie it up. No good. Shot missing.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
Yeah, that's a good defender making a great play, and he does it without foul.
And Walton sends it back.
And how about the anticipation and timing? You know, we talk about Walton's offense. How about the defense, though, he provides for this team?
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Yeah, and in every generation or so, a player comes along who can be considered a true superstar. Folks, that's Larry Bird.
And Portland making a change here. Hill's checked in. The Knicks also changing it up. Kevin Durant comes in for Sabonis. And it's Paul in for Tracy McGrady. Outside, Rodman. Duncan trying to break loose. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one.
He's got bad shots. This is the time to work the ball inside to get the best shot possible. That's the way to make the comeback happen.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Down low, Walton, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
New York calls timeout. They're in front by 5. 1:03 left in the fourth. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Klay Thompson.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Fizdale said to the team. He challenged his players to try to take control here. He said, this is when we want to be efficient. This is when we absolutely have to execute. See if they can get it done, Kevin.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're behind by 7. 52 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Robertson, he's checked in for West. Robertson kicks to Rodman. Portland moving the ball around. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Bird against Rodman. High post shot. Can't hit that one. And it's Portland the other way.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Well, it's tough, man. When you get to this point in the game, you fought hard, did your best, but it just wasn't enough.
Right wing. Here's Robertson, and what a play! Just snatched out of the air. Credit the block. And here is Paul. So it's New York picking up the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
digital dash. He used to run with a. He used to. Now he a good boy. Used to be flashback, digital dash. Go on a run if it. If they tryna. Now he a good boy. Used to be flashback, digital dash. He used to run with a. He used to. Now he a good boy. Used to be flashback, digital dash, flashback, digital dash, flashback, digital dash, flashback, digital dash. 9 times out of 10, he gon'. Let's not pretend. Look, everybody starts as a kid with a pure heart, then they turn to him. Papa, mama, all the know is traumatized, freedom jeopardized. He just wanna win. What's a smile when you? He ain't tryna go in. 5 years later, all that is just a flashback, digital dash. He used to run with a. He used to.
And the Lakers all decked out as they made their way off the bus. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
And with DeMarcus Cousins, they're missing a quality player. Injuries a big part of the game. They've just got to make the adjustments.
And now the Lakers starting group. Magic Johnson is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Ewing. Then there's Chamberlain. And it's Malone in at the 3. And for San Antonio, we've got Jordan. Abdul-Jabbar is out there with Nowitzki. Then it's Nash, and it's Pippen in at the small forward. Nowitzki, the pass to Pippen. Back to Nowitzki. Nash against Johnson. Stolen by Magic. Drops in the breakaway layup.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Outside Jordan. Nowitzki outside. Off target from three-point range. And here are the Lakers. To the middle. Here's Johnson. Shakes him. He takes it up and lays it in. I like this tonight, Smitty. We have veteran leadership on both teams. When you were a rookie in the NBA, who was your mentor?
You know, Kevin, this is going to surprise you because everybody looks at guys kind of on the court. My mentor was Manute Bol. Really? I played nothing like Manute Bol, but I would tell you, Kevin, he was my mentor. He would grab me by the ear and twist it and tell me what I needed to do as far as a leadership standpoint.
I never would have guessed him, Smitty, never.
Kevin, I walked in with some shorts and a polo shirt in Miami. He grabbed my ear and said, "That's not professional. You better wear a suit." I'm like, Manute, is 90 degrees. I had to wear a suit every game.
I like that story. And it's Nash missing.
And really, that is why he is feared as a defender, right in your face on that shot.
Moved his feet, timed it perfectly. That's how you get stops. Love it.
Chamberlain's shot is off. For San Antonio, they've gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. And stolen by Chamberlain. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Knocked away. And here is Los Angeles now. Pass to Malone. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. A different look now for San Antonio. Malone's checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. Parrish comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And it's Brown in for Steve Nash. A big group substitution here for the Lakers. Russell, he's checked in for Ewing. Drexler comes in for Malone. Miller's checked in for LeBron. And Isaiah Thomas is subbed in for Johnson. Malone with the block.
How about the quicks there by Malone to get up and deter that shot, utilizing that size and reach for the rejection.
Beal's checked in for Michael Jordan. Here are the Spurs with the ball. Searching for their first points of the game. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And and just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
Here's Brown. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
No excuse. You have to be aware. He should be on your radar all the time.
Thomas, no good.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Beal can't get it to go. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. For San Antonio, they've gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Brown outside. "12 seconds left in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. Fires from deep. He can't hit that time. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Lakers ahead, leading by just 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
So the Lakers 5 right now. Russell is out there with Drexler. Then it's Thomas. Then it's Miller. And it's Chamberlain in at the center, filling out the middle.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
The ability to close out on perimeter shooters is so important in today's game.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off. Just sensational stuff.
Miller outside. A floater. Malone with the block. And he recovers it. Thomas feeling it out a bit. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. And Kevin, LaMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you. And Brown drops them both. Even when plays, Steve, aren't being run for them, certain guys always get a lot of their points on tip-ins and putbacks. They're always right there. Who catches your eye in that category?
Andre Drummond, for sure, Kevin. He's phenomenal on the offensive glass. Rudy Gobert, Al Horford, he gets those timely tip-ins.
He does, you're right.
And then look at another guy is Whiteside. When he's engaged, he can. Marvin Bagley is a newer name, and he's fantastic at that as well.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. And the first one drops.
At the line for 2.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Johnson, the pass to Malone. It's hauled in by Brown.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Now here's Brown. 6 points for him. Offline from the top of the key.
Everything worked except for the outcome. You want him to shoot that every time.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
And the Spurs making a change here. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in. Free throw good, Maravich.
And Maravich, the skill set, how savvy he is, and then the showmanship that he brings to the table. I don't know that we've ever had a guy more creative at the game of basketball. No issues on that one. Good work all around.
A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
Malone against Jordan. Here's LeBron, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
LeBron's explosiveness right there. If you're not a step early, you're probably going to foul him.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
Scottie Pippen's checked in for the Spurs. And the Lakers also making a switch. Wilkins is checked in for Maravich. And both free throws good for LeBron.
You know, the one chink in LeBron's armor, decent but somewhat inconsistent from the free throw line.
LeBron against Jordan. He can't get that one to fall. LeBron with some nice D. Here's Wilkins, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Paul Gasol. Lakers shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
And you look at Wilkins, everybody talks about the spectacular athleticism, but in some ways, I think he's just underrated as a basketball player. It just does so many things well for his team.
Pippen for 3. Doesn't go for him. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, a competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held at 2 points. And
as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. They lead by 1. Nowitzki is out there with Abdul-Jabbar. And it's Michael Jordan. Then it's Pippen. And it's Nash in at the point guard. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Here's Nash following the basket by LeBron James. Now Nash. An easy 2 points on the layup. Nash has got his second basket.
And you got to like how creative Nash is driving inside. A quick-footed guard who just kind of slices through the D and picks his spots.
Now here's LeBron. No good there off the double clutch. Malone against Nash. And looks like the illegal kick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yes, the last few years, the rules changes have tended to benefit the offenses. This evens things out a bit.
Passes it to James. And LeBron throws it down.
And the insane peripheral vision there. If anyone's open, even for an instant, Magic's gonna find you.
Now here's Jordan. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. 1:43 left to play in the third. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it go. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Steve, so many talented players in the league. Sometimes there's frustration over the lack of playing time. For instance, you look at the Celtics last year, prime example.
Yeah, and I think sometimes, Kevin, you can have too much talent at the same positions and also style of play. You need some guys that can do other things that be effective on the court versus just scoring the basketball, and I think that's the reason why the Celtics ran into some trouble last year.
Spurs passing it around. Abdul-Jabbar. Chamberlain with the block.
And the quickness off the floor, the insane reach. Well, one of the greatest shot blockers you'll ever see.
The shot's good from LeBron. LeBron's got the lead up to 5 now for Los Angeles. Nash, the pass to Jordan. Now Nowitzki inside and stolen by Chamberlain.
Got to recognize the situation, trying to get a 2-for-1.
Absolutely, but at the same time, you want to get a good shot.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Now here's Nash. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Abdul-Jabbar against Chamberlain. No good from Abdul-Jabbar.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
And so it's Los Angeles heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Looking good at this point, but how about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Malone. Russell is out there with Drexler. Then there's Thomas, and it's Maravich in at the 2.
A high flyer, yet it's seemingly effortless in terms of how he just swoops in to the basket. Clyde the glide in full effect.
And the pass to Malone. To the inside. And it's sent back by Russell. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell. Pippen's checked in for the Spurs. Pass to Parrish. He kicks it to Nash. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots over Malone. That misses off the backboard.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Here's Maravich, and the rejection by Parrish. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. On the wing, Maravich, guarded by Jordan. Maravich kicks to Thomas. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Steve Nash.
And without a doubt, one of the greatest small men we've ever seen. Zeke possesses the skill and determination to just take over a game at any point.
Shooting for Los Angeles, Isaiah Thomas at the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that will push the lead to double digits. Miller's checked in for Maravich. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Drexler against Nash. To the paint. Here's Malone. Rebounded by the Lakers. Russell's got 4 rebounds in this game. Drexler against Nash. Malone with the block. Knocks it loose and stolen by Russell. We've got 1:23 left to play here in the fourth. Miller with a wide open look. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Miller's got his first points of the game.
Yeah, finding the weakness in the defense. That's the court savvy of Thomas at work.
Here's Nash. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
And that takes skill and the ability to make adjustments as you're going up.
The Spurs making a switch here. Nowitzki's checked in. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Chamberlain's checked in for Miller. Ewing comes in for Russell. James checked in for Clyde Drexler. And it's Johnson in for Isaiah Thomas. Here's Johnson. And it's sent back by Nowitzki. Over to the left wing. Nice shot from the wing. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Johnson. Malone with the block. They get it back.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
And I don't think they will. The problem is they've waited too long to make a move.
It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Yeah, Malone is an absolute nightmare on the offensive glass. Does a great job of establishing that position for that putback slam.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
No mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're trailing by 7. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Magic Johnson.
And he's had the hot hand tonight, Kevin, no doubt about it. He's gotten his field goal percentage up over 60, and you're only going to get it that high when you're taking good, smart shots.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 7. There's 25 seconds left in the game. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They get the rebound. The 3, Pippen. It falls! And now they trail by just 4. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game. Here's Nash. 15 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Nowitzki for 3. Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And Nowitzki is one of the deadliest shooters of all time. Every time he lets it go from deep, you just get the feeling it's going in.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
There's the knockout blow. No chance of getting up off the canvas now.
From deep. The shot by Nash, no good.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
You know what another option is? Just give the ball up. Let someone else make a play.
Stand on it if I say that. Say it with your chest when you say that.